answers. So let's get straight into it. Good morning, Claudia. How are you?
Hi, Ange. Good, and you?
Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Claudia, what's on your heart today? What would you like to share?
Okay, today we're going to talk about self-love. And it's a topic, Ange, that's come up so often recently with people who seem to think that it's okay just to put everybody else before their own needs. So firstly, I just want to talk a little bit about what self-love is and what it isn't. Okay, let's just put a few things aside. It's not about being selfish. And it's not about being egoistic or being unkind. It's got nothing to do with that. It's just about saying, well, you know, how do I fit into my own life? How do I appreciate myself? How am I taking care of myself?
Exactly.
Okay. Caring is on different levels. It's how am I nurturing my body, my mind, my soul? So am I doing the things that are bringing me joy? Am I putting a whole lot of things aside and not actually taking care of myself, and maybe just, you know, paying more attention to other people?
Yes, yeah.
So the message here and that I want to just share with people today is go find within yourself what are the important things to you? What brings you joy? What brings you that fulfillment? And so often we think that, you know, we need to just do things for other people and then that makes us feel good. And I've got to admit, that does make me feel good when I do things for other people. Sometimes we do that to such an extent that we start actually losing ourselves and what's important to ourselves. So we sometimes think, well, what will other people think of me, and if I don't do this? Or maybe I should be doing something because it will please other people. This is not about pleasing other people all the time. Yes, there is an element of that to help and show up for other people. But what I want to encourage people to do is look at yourself and just do a little evaluation. Are you taking care of your body? Are you exercising? Are you eating good, healthy, nutritious food? That's about loving yourself and loving your body.
Correct.
Are you embarking or taking on that hobby and doing something that you actually enjoy? Are you giving yourself some extra time and, you know, taking care of yourself? Just declutter, unwind, breathe. Take that breath and stop being on the go all the time for other people, because that's not always getting you anywhere. At the end of the day, we need to show up for ourselves first before we can be strong enough and love other people the way that we want to love and care for other people.
It's almost like you need to fill yourself first, because you can't give if you're running on empty, you know, at the end of the day. And I think it's individual to everybody. You know, self-love for you might mean, you know, a day off, you know, lying at the beach reading a book, while another person might be a jog or a hike in the mountains, whatever is relevant to you and speaks to you as an individual. But so important and so neglected in today's society, especially mom, as we were talking earlier before the show. I think the moms out there are so adamant, you know, life is busy, you're working, you've got the kids, you know, you've got all these things you need to do, and you oftentimes just forget who you are. And that in turns, I think, oftentimes, you know, roll into our relationships as well with our partners, because they don't get the necessary attention either, because you're so busy, you're not present.
Yes, absolutely. And another thing is that we should think about is, what is toxic in our lives? There are toxic people or toxic behaviors and habits that we actually take on and create for ourselves. Is let go of those. Things that aren't good for you or people that aren't good for you, well, just acknowledge it and say, okay, you know what, we're not aligned right now. I need to move on. I need to pass these things on to somebody else. You know, let's work as a team. But show up for yourself first. And on that note, what I'd like to encourage everyone to do out there is, because we've got to do some sort of action. This is not just about talking. So a very, quite an amazing, very simple exercise to do is, take today for instance, okay, by the end of the day or throughout the day, just make two lists. One is, what am I doing for other people? And the other list is, what am I doing for myself? Okay, and at the end of the day, just have a look at how much you're actually doing for others. And you'll find that most people find that the list of what they do for themselves is like this short compared to the list of what they're doing for other people. And you know what? A lot of people would actually put down, well, yes, I shower, I brush my teeth. you know, okay, and I care for my family. Yes, and those things are good and they're important. But you know what? When you evaluate the whole picture, just stand back and say, surely I deserve more than this.
Absolutely.
And make those adjustments. You know, show up for yourself first, and then you can be stronger for others. That's what self-love is all about. Take care of yourself, nurture yourself, get into those good habits.
Awesome.
But do that little check.
Absolutely, and I think it's really a challenge. I think we can, as women especially, and then obviously for men as well, but we can challenge each other and just start something, start a new routine, you know, and like you say, it's proactive at the end of the day. You know, enough talking, you have to actively do something, and sometimes it's not always comfortable, it's not always easy, it's not always pleasant, but you know, the reward at the end is so much greater than just, you know, stagnating and not doing anything about it.
Sure, Ange, and you know, you mentioned men and women. This is for everybody.
Absolutely.
It's not just a woman thing. And we, yes, obviously as moms, we know, we run around and so on, but men do that as well. What do kids do?
Absolutely.
You know?
Exactly.
This applies to everybody. So let's give ourselves some self-love. Let's start the week off strong. Take care of ourselves so that we can take care of others even better than what we do right now.
Awesome. Phenomenal message. Thank you so much, Claudia. It's great to have you with us.
Thanks, Ange.
We're heading into a quick ad break, and then we will be sitting down with Neville and Helen. Stay tuned.